Hello everyone, Glieken here, bringing you another, wow, there we go, another, whoever this set is, KLD draft for Friday Night Magic this weekend. We're going to take a Virtuous Gearhulk. All the Gearhulks are pretty great. Virtuous is one of the better ones for Limited. Probably, like, if you're actually, like, thinking in terms of Limited, you probably want the black one, and the green one, then the other three are kind of like, then probably the blue one if you can work with it. But yeah, we're going to take this 5-mana 8/8. If this were in the pack, probably would just be taking this arrow responder with nothing too much else left in the pack. It also helps that green is one of the more deep colors in the set, so we should end up pretty happily green. So yeah, we're just gonna take this excellent bomb and see what we get. Next we have Fairground Warden. So Welding Sparks. We did just pass the we also have Panharmonicon to get double the counters, double the fun. We can just try and take this like we just passed the Vampire Whitehawk, the aerial responder, so it's likely that the person to the left is already going to be in white. But Fairground Warden is just the better card in the pack, and we shouldn't be thinking like immediately about the first card that we sent. I am just very tempted about this Panharmonicon. It's also make obsolete in the pack. We don't really want to pick that early. Tiger is okay. Welding Sparks is pretty good. I think we're just going to take this Warden here. And if we wheel the Panharmonicon, Warden gets double triggers, Gearhulk gets double triggers. That can just be fun. I do like a tune with Aether. I also don't mind acrobatic maneuvers. Tidy Conclusion's pretty solid. I think I'm going to hedge and take this Attune with Aether. That way, like, even if we don't end up green-white, we can still splash this Warden, or we could pick up, like, Welding Sparks or something like that along the way. The other pick that I'm looking at is the Tidy Conclusions. Not really interested in taking the Whale here, despite the fact that Whale, and like, we can just make a huge Whale. But I don't like taking a double blue when we have a double green card that we like really want to play. I like having the benefit of taking the attunes early. That way we can be a little bit more free with our later picks. So we're gonna just pick up this attune with Aether here, just since we're at a point that we really want to be green. This might be a refurbished deck. Just because we have the artifact we want to bring back. Here's between Die Young and Prophetic Prism, and I think we're just going to take the Prism here and just kind of stay open, find out what colors flow more to us. It's looking like black is flowing pretty well, but we're just going to take this Prism here. Yep. I got some grubs. I think we're just going to take this 3/1. We do have now 2 artifacts that work with it. Could take the Theorist, because Theorist is another color, or blue is another color that likes artifacts if we are able to pick up a couple of Gearsmiths or something like that. But I think I like taking the Bruiser a little bit. Oh wait, this is the opera. I thought this was the Lawless Broker, not the Dund Operative. We're actually going to take the Operative over the Bruiser. That is what we're going to do. You can take an Ear Construct or a Scavenger's. Not really much else for us, so I think we're just going to take this Construct. Could take the Metalwork Colossus, just hope to like go infinite on Prophetic Prisms. Yeah, we're just going to grab this Construct here. Here I'm going to pick up Ibex. Maybe I should have taken the Bird last pick. The 3/4 flying for 5. Actually, it was probably a better pick than the construct. My head was a little bit too much in the like, oh, we've been seeing some later black cards. We should pick artifacts so we can go in black. But I think the bird was just better because we also have this Fairground Warden to go with it. Could take the Wellspire Artisan here, just keep green going, but I like the Ibex a little bit more. Take this Subtle Strike. Subtle Strike is solid. And there's just nothing else really in the back. There's like a Built to Smash, but that's about it. You're going to take the Cobra. Because between these two ones, this is the one that's a little bit more synergistic with our deck. And by that I mean we have one card that cares about artifacts, where this one, we have nothing. We have one card that cares about energy, but it's not even like that high pick of a card. Yeah, we're just going to take the Cobra here. Here's between Courage and Fortuitous Find. And we're just going to take the Courage. Here we'll take the Scavenger. Not going to be playing the Cat Monkey. Don't really want the Cat Monkey. Scavenger, if we end up in a more controlling matchup, we might want it. Could technically see us running this Refurbished just because we have the Gear Hulk. Like, we have a big artifact that we will want to bring back. And here's an example of why I picked Attuned Aether early, because like I can see our deck being something like this, or something like this, and just splashing the late game card. And it just gives those options if we open, if we just open something that's splashable, such as like a Welding Sparks or the Gear Shift, the black-white dual card. Ooh, here it's between Pia and the Arborback Stomper. Probably just gonna go with the Arborback Stomper here. There's not much else. There's Impeccable Timing, which is okay. Welding Sparks, which is decent. Pia is also decent. We're just going to grab the green card that we know is going to be in our deck. And this is going in our deck no matter what. And now that we have like more cards like this, finding cards that can flicker might be a little bit higher picks. Here we got Nature's Way. This card is just great. Wouldn't mind seeing like the Seed Sculptor come back, or like either of these two cards. But Nature's Way is just great. Just great. Especially with Death Touch. Hazardous Conditions, Foundry Inspector. Another Impeccable Timing. I think we're going to take the Foundry Inspector here. We're both light on 3s, and we have currently an okay number of artifacts. Plus, it's just a 3-drop that will make it into our deck. Fellow Pioneer is another decent pick. Yeah, I could see picking out of the Timing or the Inspector here. We're just gonna go with the Inspector. Get turn 4 Gear Hulk. That's the plan. That's the dream. We have a dream. We're gonna live it. Well, more importantly, turn 4 Inspector into Prophetic Prism. That's the real dream. I've lived that dream. You guys have seen it. Here we're going to take... Ooh, Thesis. This is actually close between either of these two cards. If we end up... Like, this is really bringing up the question of do we want to be white or do we want to be black? Or we just take the green card. Or there's also Titan Conclusions in the pack. Didn't even see it. Ooh. You want all of these. Could just take Hunt the Weak and just even midway through pack 2 stay open. See, our white is looking at Thriving Ibex and the Thing. Our black has a little bit more and a little bit happier with what we're doing. I think I'm just gonna take the enthusiast here. Or the tiny conclusions. I guess we actually just want the tiny conclusions a little bit more. We're gonna go with the tiny conclusions. And now we just have a pack with nothing for us. So we're gonna take this Aether Torch Renegade. Could end up splashing it. Wouldn't mind getting a Fortunatus Find at some point. But that point is not now. This is a very blue-red pack. We're gonna take this Aether Torch. Aether Torch is a decently splashable card, even if like with the pingers, especially if like we have a tuned Aether. If it's the only card that we care about energy for, then just having a card that can ping a few times is generally decent. So yeah, we'll pick it up. Yeah, we definitely are getting dried up here. Here we're just gonna take a Wild Wanderer. Could consider the Inventor's Fair. Since it can both search for our Gear Hulk and like gain us a couple life. You know what? I think I actually am going to take the Inventor's Fair. Because the Wild Wanderer isn't doing much other than just being a 4-mana 3/2. We only have one card that we're really looking to splash currently. Or I guess 2 cards, if we, depending on which one we want to go with. But Inventor's Fair can just be a search for target Gear Hulk. Yeah, we'll take it. Here we have the option of another Attune. We also have the Mastodon. I think we're just going to take the Attune. Another Attune, Bowmat Courier, or 2-drop. Or Workshop Assistant. Bowmat Courier is not doing too much. I think I'm actually just going to take this Assistant here. Like, none of these cards are, like, doing much for our deck, but I feel like we want the option of having one of these. Especially since we're seeing... It's like, we took the Inventor's Fair, like, we could just be more artifact heavy. And with that same mindset, I'm going to take the Eager Construct over the Sage. Could take a Tutor, but I don't like the Tutor that much. Like, I like Diabolic Tutor if you have like 2 or 3 bombs that you want to be searching for, but just take the 2-drop. Here I'm going to pick up Fortunatus Find over a second Assistant. I'll take this card. Hate this Built to Smash. Hate this Trade Wins. Alright, so that pack is not nearly as exciting for us. Hopefully this last pack will, you know, just get us another Gear Hulk that we'll play. Definitely looking to be more of a green-black deck. Ooh. It's actually going to be an interesting pick between the Unlicensed Disintegration and the Trafficker. Because Trafficker is solid, especially since we have been picking up these small artifacts. But I think Unlicensed Disintegration is just powerful enough, and we already have an easy way to splash it between our Prism and our 2 Attunes, that I think it's a strong enough pick here. Nothing else really that we'd be excited to be taking here. Yeah, so it's essentially between the Disintegration and the Trafficker. I like the removal spell a little bit better. Here we have Thopter, Freighter, Handicraft, Sparks, Hunt the Weak, and Live Fast. We're just going to take this Freighter just because Freighter can be huge. We do have a lot of 2-drops that can crew it pretty handily. Yeah, we're just going to take the card to beat in the format. It's likely that we're getting something back between Bug, Handicraft, Thopter, Hunt the Weak, Sparks, Live Fast. Those are 6 cards that we want out of the pack. Wouldn't even hate like a Cowler or something like that. Cowl Prowler. Yeah, we're kind of hoping that this, like, of those, I think either Pillar Bug or Live Fast will come back around. So let's hope to see one of those. Freighter's just good. This might just be another Prism. Dubious Challenge is probably the worst. I would say the worst rare in the set. Glimmer of Genius is everything that I want to do in Magic, but we're just going to pick up this Prism. I don't hate Morbid Curiosity. Can just draw a bunch of cards, especially since like we currently have 2 things that can just buy us back a bunch, so we could just go for like Morbid Curiosity or stuff, and then or even like if we end up playing, if something gets pacified, or if we play something that's just run its use, like we get the Eager Construct out there and then it just doesn't do much afterwards. Yeah, I'll take a Morbid Curiosity. I'll try it out. I have yet to actually like the only time that I've like seen the card be played is someone hijacked my guy and then Morbid Curiosity, like they did the combo, but I'll snag it here. Take another Aether Torch Renegade. That's not awful. Could take a Rats. I think I like the second Renegade over the Rats, especially since like our 2-drops are fine. This last pack is not doing much for us, unfortunately. Pick up another Subtle Strike here. Or actually, we might just want the Kujar. Like, we already have 1 Subtle Strike. Our 2-drop creatures. We have Subtle Strike, Prism, Prism, Nature's Way. So I actually have 4 2-drops. Maybe just want this Kujar. Or Subtle Strike. Or this Kujar. Maybe the Subtle Strike. We're gonna take this Kujar. Yeah. Here we have a Lawless Broker, Artisan, or another Hazardous Conditions. I don't really think we're going to be running 2 Hazardous Conditions. I don't even know if we're going to be running the first Hazardous Conditions, as it does kind of just sweep away a lot of our board. And we're just going to go with the Lawless Broker here. Here we'll take another Cobra. We already have 2 Attunes and 2 Prisms that having a Wild Wanderer isn't going to be doing much. Foil Self-Assembler. But Cobra is another solid 2-drop, especially like we do have the Nature's Way, and it can just be a removal spell. Another Veteran Motorist, jeez. Oh, and then everything fell and hurt. Ow, I'm sorry. I'm actually kind of leaning towards the Cowl Prowler here, other than the fact that we have no 4-drops. Yeah, I'll take the Wanderer. I'll take the Wanderer. Plus, we have this Morbid Curiosity to just send it away. Yeah, I'll take the Prowler. Oh, this is the pack that we were hoping someone would come back for. We only got the Prowler back. This deck isn't that exciting. It's probably mostly because, like, I picked Gear Hulk and then just tunneled vision throughout it. I want this Glass Bars. But I don't know where we should be. If like, this is definitely a draft I want to like look back and be like, okay, pretend we didn't take Gear Hulk. Where should we actually be? I think the answer is actually blue somewhere. Probably blue-red. Alright, do we splash both of these? Are we running the Morbid Curiosity? I think the answer is Yes, mostly because I want to try it. Alright, so let's group creatures separately. I think Hazardous Condition is just going to be a sideboard card. Because it also kills everything except for our Gear Hulk and Thragtusk. Like, just actual everything. I guess our 2-3. Or, like, we get a counter on something. I mean, it's also the perfect answer for when we do Gear Hulk and then our things are all huge and then they wrath the board. Or we wrath the board. Definitely like the Unlicensed Disintegration. I think with the double Aether and double Prism, I like running all 3 of these red cards. And we also have the Wild Wanderers. Like, this could be a deck that we're just trying to peck in early damage and then just try and 6 them. The only downside is we really don't have any repeatable way to be getting energy. Definitely like the Nacer's Way. Probably cutting the... Like, if this is a deck that's just gonna, like, wait until the late game, then I guess... Ugh, this deck is just not exciting at all. I want to play this Morbid Curiosity. I also think Cell Strike is probably better than a card. I also think we're going to be 16 lands because we have 2 Attunes, 2 Prisms. The question just becomes which of these 2 6-drops are we cutting? It's probably the Crowler. And then I want to bring in some combination of these cards. Morbid Curiosity I don't think we should be bringing in, but it's a card that I want to try. Maybe we just aren't playing these Aether Torches. Because, like, we're kind of just looking at it, playing them as, like, hard to cast deal 6s. We bring them in against, like, a red-white deck. Instead, we probably just want to do something like this. Yeah, I don't hate that. We've got 2-year constructs to help us find, like, Prisms, constructs, and attunes to help us find our land drops. Are we running a 15 land deck? Are we that crazy? Are we running a 3-color 15 land deck? I don't think we are. Probably just cutting the Workshop Assistant. Like, we have Fortuna's Find to get back our stuff, as well as our Scavenger. Draw cards equal to convert mana cost. So this combos well with the Wanderer, the Workshop Assistants, anything that gets pacified. I mean, the Scavenger is also a decent thing. I think we're actually just going to cut the Fortuna's Find, just because we have this counter, or this combo of Workshop Assisted, Morbid Curiosity. So once again, this is another deck where we're just kind of trying things out. Got a very heavy artifact theme. Definitely, this deck definitely could be better. We're going to play 1 mountain. Yeah, I actually, yeah, 8-7-1. Oh, we want to play the Inventor's Fair, too. Yeah, we want to play 16 lands in Inventor's Fair. So we're going to cut a swamp, because we definitely want green early. And luckily, like, a lot of our most of our 2-drops are colorless, so it doesn't, like, the Inventor's Fair isn't going to hurt us that much. And a lot of our other spells are, like, if we just get a single green, then we're fine. Yeah, let's try this. We'll see you for round 1. Hopefully, this deck will be fine. Do I think it will? Hopefully this deck will be fine.